Previously on The Adventure Zone. Taren, the centaur woman who Gray sent you to meet, stands between you and the front door.
We are working with Gray, and he would be very upset if we were taken into captivity.
So Gray sent you so that I could help you disrupt the Heroic Oversight Guilds. I work in the archives. It's where we store paperwork and stuff. The Heroic Oversight Guild ruled against me, and I was fired, so I worked my way up only to find that it didn't matter.
You understand how to kick these guys in the nuts better than anybody.
If we don't do this, a lot of people are going to die, right? The archives, that's where all of the contracts are stored. If you can get in there, it would be pretty goddamn disruptive.
Don't worry, I've got it all figured out.
What are you going to do?
I thought that would be the end of the episode.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
there would be like 2 weeks. And we'd actually drink it.
Tomorrow, you guys are doing some big planning. So there's some information that you guys know that I've sent you. And one of the big pieces of information is Althea has told you that in 2 days, there's some like big announcement event at Hog HQ that everyone is encouraged to attend. So you're thinking during that is going to be your best chance. And so tomorrow, you're doing all the recon you can.
Okay.
So you received a message from Gray letting you know that he had opened up a endless line of credit at Barnes and Noble's. So you can order some items that would help you for the heist. If you want to, I sent you a list of some items to pick.
So there's Pietro Shanti's Miracle Mustache Wax, which gives me a +4 to my charisma.
I like the literally just a janitor's uniform.
I bet you do, I knew
Clint
you
McElroy.
would. I knew you would, you son of a bee. That is, by the way, literally just a janitor's uniform from Sarah from Vancouver. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, everybody knows if you're wearing a janitor's uniform, you may go anywhere unquestioned, and challenge adds a +2 to stealth rolls and advantage on deception checks. Juice?
I am going to use the Man of Many Masks.
Okay, the Man of Many Masks. This nondescript-looking sackcloth can be drawn over the head to cast the disguise self spell with no concentration needed for as long as the mask is worn. However, the face it can copy can only be people it has touched within the last 24 hours.
I'd like the Birthday Boomers. It's a small present box wrapped in a colorful paper and bow with a note card on one corner, and when you open it, it sprays out a cloud of chaff confetti capable of scrambling electronics temporarily and interfering with any radio, video, or telephonic communication.
I love it. And Justin, one more.
I'm going to go with the Reanchoring Stone.
Reanchoring Stone, a one-time use stone that allows the user to change which way gravity pulls them, and they can walk on that surface as if it was the ground. The stone, a small pebble, is activated by sliding it into your boot.
Oh, we're going to get up to some shenanigans with that one.
You walk into the atrium of the Heroic Oversight Guild. You've been here before. Yesterday you came through. You know the process now. Looking around the first floor, let me give you a little bit more detail as to what you see. Around the first floor, it is an open-air atrium with a small cafe cart where employees and guests can buy food and coffee. In the entryway, there's a large reception desk where everyone has to sign in. On the east side of the atrium, the first floor is also where shipping and receiving is located. Within that area is also the mailroom. The ramp leading to the lower floors is in the atrium directly outside of shipping and receiving. Standing on the first floor, you can look straight up and see open air to the second floor and third floor. They are walkways and balconies around the outside of the open air pavilion.
Okay.
So are we casing the joint?
That is
absolutely
explicitly what we are doing.
You need to talk with Taren. You haven't seen Taren since coming through the drip and sip the day before. And
what was her role at the
She works in the archive.
Okay, that's all we know about. She works at the archive. We don't know what she does.
Correct.
Records is where we need to go. Yes?
Correct.
Cool.
There
Okay.
is one more kind of big piece, or two big pieces of information, really. You noted the other day that employees do have badges that denote
Yes.
security clearance, determined by a combination of the metal the badge is made out of and the jewel that is fixed inside of it. So gold denotes a senior member of the Heroic Oversight Guild. Silver is a member, and copper is a junior member. If they have an emerald, they have full access. If they have a sapphire, they have full access to the main floors with escorted access to records.
What does Althea have?
Althea is gold and sapphire, meaning she is a senior member and she has full access to the main levels and can gain access to records if escorted.
Can I just say I appreciate the amount of excruciating detail you've put into this, assuming that we will leverage it somehow for like a clever 14-step plan when we will almost certainly end up just driving a bulldozer through here. Should we find Taren first?
Taren is easy to spot. She is over at the cafe cart. She is buying a pastry and a coffee from a large but handsome ogre, Chef Mike.
I walk up to the cart. Oh, Taren! How are you?
I'm doing so good. How are you?
I've been better. You probably heard about me and Susan, huh?
What?
Oh, it's sensitive. I don't want to bother Chef Mike about it. Let's walk away to where we can have some privacy because things between me and Susan have gotten really nasty.
I'll bring your drinks over.
Fine. Yes. And she waits for you to join her. Impatiently, you would say. She is not charmed by you quite yet, but give it
Not
time.
yet. Give it
Yeah.
time, baby. I go join her then.
So what? Susan, that's not real, right?
God, no. We're on a sort of field trip here today, looking for,
Weaknesses.
cracks in the old armor.
What do you want to know?
Tomorrow, there's supposed to be this big event, some big to-do. What do you know
Yeah.
about that?
Everybody's encouraged to be there, which
Encouraged,
Yeah,
but not
I mean-
required.
it's a lot easier if you go. Everybody pretty much goes.
Yeah, I mean, how do we get down into the archives and goof it up?
You need a distraction and you need to not be noticed, right?
Yeah.
There's only two kinds of people that have access to that area. Employees of the area and the people who work in the internal mail who are trusted to deliver things to records. You need to become one of those people, get in there unnoticed, and that's how you get in.
Is there like a mail person locker room that we can go be silly in?
She gestures over towards the shipping and receiving area and says, yeah, they have like an office in there or something.
Okay. So like we get into the room with all the records. What's it look like?
So down in the archives on the lowest floor, there are 28 6-foot cabinets. Within each cabinet, there is a pocket dimension.
Okay.
And so that is how we keep all the files there in that limited space. There would be billions of pieces of paper. The problem is that kind of magic running constantly, it creates exhaust. As it builds up, it can wreak havoc when you try to cast a spell. What we have is kind of an exhaust system. Stalactites with this moss on them basically feeds on the magical exhaust, and it keeps the magic working.
Okay, cool.
So 28 pocket dimension, right?
Yep.
That's good.
Where to?
Should we split up so as not to attract attention? I wanted to check out the mail room.
And where exactly are the badges?
Reception would probably be a best place to kind of inquire about that.
I believe that's what Argo's going to go check out, a badge or 3.
Okay. What about you, Firbolg?
I'm just really outside my comfort zone.
Oh,
here.
absolutely.
I'll just kind of hang out in the atrium.
Here in the open air atrium, you can pretty much get eyes on everything above ground. So
Yeah.
that might be a good chance for the Firbolg to do a little recon without having to wander around or lie to anyone.
Yeah, that sounds good. I want to do that.
So let's start with the reception conversation. There's only one person working behind the desk. It is a human woman with pink hair.
Greetings.
Oh,
How are
hey.
you today? Your hair is lovely. It's,
Oh, well, thank you very much. Can I get your name?
okay. Blofeld Johnson.
Blofeld Johnson. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Bailey Kern. How can I help you?
Fucking
Hi,
Blofeld
Bailey.
Johnson.
Where do you get your hair done?
Well, can I tell you a secret? I
Sure.
do it myself.
I have been needing a trim. Have you noticed the length? You don't have like a break or anything coming up, do you? I mean, where you could maybe...
Are you asking me to cut my hair? I've never cut somebody else's hair before. I mean, I'd be willing to try if you're desperate.
I mean, look at this.
Maybe I could cut off your split ends?
I would love that.
Yeah, I think we can probably make that work. Just meet me back here in an hour.
Good deal.
Okay, let's hop on over to that mailroom conversation.
I got a mustache on now.
Oh,
A big
ooh la la.
And I just walk right into the mail, break room. Yeah, I'm here for the interview.
Oh, well, I'm the supervisor here. Name's Nander.
Yes, sir. We've spoken on the phone. The name's Buck.
Roll a deception check for me.
That is a 13 plus 8, 21.
I don't remember talking, but I guess.
The name's Buck Humpman. I grab a chair and I fucking turn it 180 degrees and sit on it the cool way.
Okay, I guess my first question is, what makes you want to work in the mailroom?
I love messages. People talking.
I mean,
Communication. When lines get crossed, that crosses the line in Buck's book.
Buck's book, chapter 7, page 13. It's right there.
Do a charisma check for me.
Wow, it's 1,000. Buck's the most charismatic character we've ever
That's
had.
16 plus 4, 20.
And he says, I didn't know anybody cared about the mail as much as I did. You know, when I came to work today, I didn't even know there were any open positions, but you're hired.
Yes!
When could you start?
Tomorrow.
He already has.
So
Okay.
where do I get one of those mail guy costumes that you're wearing that looks so cool?
He's an extremely experienced mail deliverer that doesn't know what a uniform is.
Do you mean a uniform? Well, yeah, you can start tomorrow. I'll partner you with one of our most experienced deliverers.
Now that I've gotten to know you, Nander, I can tell you that was not my real name. But now that I know that you're on the level, I can tell you my real name. And my real name is Chud. Chud. Bopsman.
Is it Chud-Chud Bopsman? Sorry, what? Is it Chud-Chud?
It's so nice to meet you.
I need to clarify that his name is Chud-Chud Bopsman, please.
It's Chud-Chud Bopsman.
So you, Firbolg, you've posted up here in the cafe. You've been enjoying the scones.
I keep going back for scones.
Oh, back again.
Have returned.
I'm worried about you.
Cranberry.
For you, Firbolg, I got some special berries here. They're ogre berries.
Those get you high.
Whoa, you didn't hear that from me.
I take a ogre berry and also chocolate. I have a question for you, Mike. Does everyone have to come here to get their scones?
I mean, are you asking if I've ever thought about doing scone delivery? I have.
Do sometimes you bring food to people?
I'm not above making a scone run. Hollifer's always been good to me. She's one of the guards.
Give me 7 more scones.
7! He gives you the scones, and they're fresh.
I put him into my sack.
Okay?
I'm going to go over and talk to Oliver.
Hello, excuse me.
Yes?
I am a friend of Chef Mike, and Chef Mike says he delivers scones to his best customer, so I have brought you a scone.
I open the bag.
And she takes 2.
Do you recommend any of the scones?
Don't do the ogre berry. They get weird.
Okay, I understand that, but why does the giant pigeon behind you? Why are they warning me against them as well?
Man, you're having a bad trip.
Yes,
I'll make
thank
sure the
you. I
pigeon
understand.
doesn't get you.
Just to take it to the scoreboard real quick, Dad is getting a haircut. Justin had a bad drug trip and had to lay down on the ground, and I got a job at the building we are robbing. So one of us is leading on the heist leaderboards.
Let's jump back to that reception desk real quick. We see Argonaut waiting for Bailey Kern. You hear behind you as you're waiting 2 voices. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Another nat.
Holy
12.
shit.
Great.
God.
You recognize the voice. You recognize it immediately as the first voice says, Yes, it'll be such good news for everyone to hear or should I say, Admiral? And you turn around and you see walking up to the reception desk behind you, the Commodore. The Commodore turns to you, Argonaut, and smiles and says, "Ah, Argonaut, long time no see, lad. How are ya?" And reaches out his hand for a handshake.
I'm excellent, sir. He said, Admiral Commodore?
It will be the Admiral, but not until tomorrow. Keep that under your hat. He heads off with the administrator. And at this point, Billy Kern returns and says, "How's it going, Mr. Johnson? Are you ready for that haircut we talked about?"
Yes, Bailey, I'm ready to be shorn.
So you and Bailey go and sit. I want you to know I'm right now going to roll a d20,
Please,
and
yes,
I'm not going to tell you. Oh, my God.
Fuck him up.
It is a nat 20.
No way, man.
It's amazing.
You don't really have a mirror or a shiny surface for me to look at the haircut, do you?
Oh, I didn't think of it.
What, your badge? Could I use it as a mirror to kind of look and see?
Make a charisma check.
Okay, that is 12 plus deception. That would be 12 plus 6, which is 18.
I'm going to say an 18 is enough for her to say yes. So she kind of goes, "Yeah, I mean, I guess," and hands you her badge.
No, that looks great. That looks great. Here, let me pin it back on your uniform. And when I do, I use sleight of hand to palm the card. And so I clip it back on there and palm. Do I need to do a sleight of hand check?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Well,
You would think as good as this bad thing is.
there's an 18 plus 13.
I forgot. Yeah, you do it super good.
I have a plus 13 in sleight of hand.
You do it in such a way that she doesn't notice. She
you,
suspects nothing.
Oh, well, thank
Well
you,
done.
Bailey. And maybe this will be a side gig for you, cutting hair.
Oh, I can only dream. Speaking of dreaming, at this point, the Firbolg has woken up from his drug-induced slumber.
I am cool.
Are you cool? Hollifer is kind of still standing over you.
I'm cool.
Yeah, I want to keep watching the atrium.
Great. Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
19 plus 0.
Nice. Wow. You see that there are guards who kind of patrol the upper floors, that they seem to have their beats, if you will. But there are definitely moments where there are less people in the atrium than otherwise.
When is this big party?
Thank you so much for
Admiral?
asking. 12 to 2 window.
Let's talk out of character. We do not know anything about what's waiting for us down in the records floors.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we need.
The card that Argo just purloined, though, is not Emerald, right? It doesn't get us access into the actual...
The badge that Bailey has is a copper badge, and it is a sapphire, full access to main, escorted access to records. Now, I will remind you, you do have the bag with Hollifer registered in it.
Oh, yeah.
So if you wanted to wait for a period of time where she would say on a bathroom break, you might be able to have someone escorted down by Pretend Her.
I have an idea that might help lead to that. I picked up the empty cup of latte. I'm just going to stand near enough for her to hear, and I'm going to make water and just keep pouring it back and forth. Just keep pouring water. And you know what happens
This is
when you hear water running.
So you're going to use your magic to make someone feel like they need to urinate.
Yes!
Okay, great.
Okay, I'll be Hollifer. Firbolg, will you turn into a little mouse right around my pocket? I don't want to just leave you alone.
It would be my honor.
Let's activate Project P time.
I do my magic.
Okay. So this works. You see her kind of flag down a guard. She kind of gives them a signal and she heads to the restroom. As soon as she hits the doorway in on that one, out comes this other Hollifer from the other doorway.
Cool.
I assume now you're heading over to where the other guard has taken the post. He is
yes.
instantly kind of like, what is, huh? You were only gone for 10 seconds?
I was wrong. I didn't need to go.
Okay. Roll a deception check for me.
18 plus 8, 26.
Yeah, okay.
No, you're free to go. I'll take it from here.
Okay. And he heads off.
Okay, I waved to Argo and to Firbolg.
Yeah, so they're heading over. Are you going in with them, or are you going to stay on guard?
I guess I should stay here. If I leave here, I leave this spot, and the real Oliver comes back to an empty spot, all she has to do is talk to the guard and ask why you left, and then that's it. And I do have to stay here.
I'm going with Argonaut.
Perfect. You head down the ramp while Hollifer Fitzroy, you are kind of keeping guard there. And what you are looking at is the center of this chamber, a 3-story opening. Much like the atrium was open air upstairs, the archives are open air downstairs with the ramp curling around the outside of it. And on each level, the offices are on the outside edge of the ramp, with the inside edge remaining open, because that is where you see the stalactites from the ceiling and the archives on the basement. There is thick panes of glass separating the ramp into the archive chamber. So you're not able to just like jump down into it or anything. There is like some security glass separating it. But because it is glass, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
11 plus 3, 14.
You're not able to kind of suss out everything, but you do see that they're farther down the ramp at a couple different locations. There are some of those mechanical eye scanners. Those can not only scan visually, but scan things like badges. You have drawn a little bit of attention coming in, and they do see you.
Deal with him.
That's from your pocket.
Excuse me, sir. I noticed your badge. You are not supposed to be down here without any kind of accompaniment. How did you find yourself down here? How'd you get past the guard?
Oh, that's a funny story.
The mouse leaps out of his pocket and onto the guy's face.
Ha! Oh, jeez. This gentleman is distracted.
Mickey, come! Oh, I am so sorry. And I get in real close to him. Yeah, and as I make but pretend to grab, and the mouse is just going crazy. As I do that, I switch his badge with Bailey's badge.
Kearns. Make yourself a sleight of hand check, please.
Please don't make this the time where you do bad at
Well, listen, you got advantage. He is distracted.
That's a 12 plus 13. That's a 25.
That's pretty good. Roll again.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Well,
Wow.
There you go. You sleight of hand so very good that you trade badges without him noticing, and you're able to capture the mouse. Just get that thing out of here. Just get it away from me.
I clamber back into his pocket.
Get it out of my sight.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Just go.
Mm-hmm. Gone.
Now time is out, and everything kind of slows for a second as you see the bathroom door opening.
I kind of just like walk down the ramp, and then I take the mask off and I cross my fingers as hard as I can. And now I'm going to try and cast Minor Illusion to look like the fill-in guard.
Okay.
Fuck.
You did good.
That's a 2.
Mm-hmm. Argo and Firbolg, you are with him when you see this fail. You both have a support skill as sidekicks to a hero, to a villain in this case. If you can think of something real quick that will help and make it work, you can grant advantage to him with a good enough support roll.
If we can pull this off, then there's nothing. There's no problem.
I am going to look into Fitz's eyes, and I'm going to convince him that he can do this.
It's charisma based.
All right. A 19 plus 2 charisma. That's 21. Fitzroy, look at my eyes, my sea green eyes. See how they roll like waves on the water, like waves.
Yeah, the bathroom door's opening like wicked right now.
And Fitzroy, you find yourself taken in not by his eyes, but by his beautiful shag haircut. And I want you to roll.
I'm going to do a
magic.
MacGyver kind of head shake of my shag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm transformed back into Firbolg, by the way.
Yeah,
I
that's
wanna
another.
be-
Oh, God. Did you do it in my pocket?
Yeah, I ripped
Oh,
your pocket
hell.
out. The fuck?
That's another 19, baby. This time it works.
Yeah, here's what we say. The bathroom door's opening. You go down the ramp, you cast, nothing happens. And you see Fitzroy's shoulders kind of slump as the bathroom door continues to creak open. And we cut back, and at this point, we see Argo come and grab him as the Firbolg transforms and rips his pocket off. Argo grabs Fitzroy by the shoulder and says, you can do this, and it doesn't seem like it's going to work, but then he tosses his hair, and those beautiful blue-green locks shake out. And then we see the bathroom door open all the way open as Hollifer walks out and turns towards the opening, and there stands the fill-in guard.
I'm holding the two of them by the scruff of the neck. Or wait, where are they now?
They are I like this. You're holding them both by the scruffs of the neck.
Yeah.
This makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
I better never see the two of you around these.
What's going on here?
Oh, and you two.
I can explain.
Oh, God.
Levi, what's going on here?
It is my fault. You see, I ate the wrong scone
Again?
and saw a giant pigeon.
I told you you had to be... Levi, you can let him go.
I know you told me this.
Okay, Firbolg, please sober up. You, and she points to you, Argonaut, and says, will you get him some coffee or something, please?
I think these two boys would agree that it's time that they just leave.
Take him out, Levi. I'm good here. Just go on.
All right, let's go.
We see you leading him by the scruff of the neck out the front door. And we see these three figures walk about another 15 feet when the one in the middle shifts and becomes Fitzroy Maplecourt. And then the three of you are sprinting away back to Althea's house into the sunset, preparing for your big day tomorrow.
Oh, shit, that's right. We actually still have to do the thing. I've got a few announceables for you. We got new merch out on Tuesday, February 1st that you can find over at McElroymerch.com. There's a new pin of the month, and it's called Sawbones number 2 books, and it does have sort of toilet humor in it, which I understand is a sort of color that they are always sort of painting with over on Sawbones. But anyway, sales for that benefit the National Black Women's Justice Institute, which researches, elevates, and educates the public about innovative community-led solutions to address the criminalization of black women and girls. There's also some pins celebrating the new Mabim Bam annual theme of 20 Rendezvous, Fancy Takes Flight. There's one pin that's like a prom-style sort of shot of the three of us, and then one of us on a floating tandem bike. It's very fanciful, and you're gonna dig them. They're available individually or as a pair, and they were made by Lucas Hespenheim, and they're beautiful. You can see more of his work at Moosely Based on Twitter. And then there's a sticker that says, I'm not ashamed of my clown husband. And that was designed by Jacob Bailey. Thank you, Jacob. That's JSBailey817 on Twitter. And sales for that benefit the Huntington Children's Museum, which creates a child-centered space that promotes exploration and a love for learning through play. That's it. I hope you enjoy whatever episode that you may be listening to on this fine day or this bad day. I don't know what kind of day it is outside when you're listening to this, but I hope it's a good one. Have fun. Be safe. Bye.
It's the day of the heist. We enter the atrium on the first floor level. It is early, very early. It's almost time for Fitzroy, a.k.a. Chud-Chud Bopsman, to begin his work training. But for now, we take a moment to move through the sparsely occupied lobby. We see Bailey Kern at the reception desk. Over her shoulder, we see that she is brainstorming potential names for a salon. Moving on, we see Chef Mike the Ogre pulling a tray of scones from an extra-dimensional oven. The centaur Taren waits by one of the magical pools of water. Returning to the entrance, we see the bad boy of mail delivery, Chud-Chud Bopsman. Now, Fitzroy, before you start delivering the mail, I want to tell you about a piece of mail you received this morning. You woke up this morning to find a letter on your pillow, and it read simply, sent an old friend to help, ready to help if you need him, Prince Gray.
Okay. What do I know what that means?
Okay, roll an insight check.
Okay, 12.
You imagine that it's probably in reference to the Commodore?
Right.
But
okay, super helpful, Prince Gray.
you enter the atrium and you do a quick scan of the room and you hear a voice say, Chud-Chud Bopsman! And coming up to you is a parrot-like Aarakocra standing about 4 feet tall, and you're willing to guess that this is probably Kai, the person that Nander told you was going to train you.
And you must be Kai.
I am. I'm Kai.
My name's Chud-Chud Bopsman. Really excited to get started.
I was pretty much going to take you on a quick tour and show you around.
I would love it. Lay of the land.
You're going to need your training badge. And Kai hands you a badge, and unlike the previous ones that had silver and gold and that kind of thing, this one is just plain white, but it does have an emerald on it. They want to make it clear that you're still learning, so this is very clearly a trainee badge.
Let's get to work.
Okay, well, do you want to start upstairs or downstairs?
Definitely downstairs.
Okay. So Kai leads you over and introduces you to Holliver. And so Kai takes you on down into the lower levels.
Do we have like a push cart? Do we have any props that were...
Oh, yeah. You've got a wire mesh push cart.
Okay. Can I scope out? We're like walking down the ramp, right?
Correct. You're on a ramp that kind of corkscrews down to the bottom. After every turn, there is a mechanical eye about halfway down the ramp. And posted at the bottom of every ramp looking up is a guard station.
Okay.
Now, that guard does not stay stationary the entire time. And so there are 3 guards, one posted at the bottom of each level. And you have to pass by them to enter each section.
Okay. I want to stop at one of those stations.
So you reach the first guard podium. The guard is kind of eyeing you a little bit, but is clearly very comfortable with Kai. And you walk up. Oh, good morning, Lennon.
Hey there, Lennon. It's a pleasure to meet you. The name's Chud-Chud. Whoa! And I knock the cart over, spilling the contents of it all over the floor.
You can roll performance if you're trying to convince Lennon that you really tripped.
That is a 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay, yeah. The cart tips over, pulling you over with it.
No. Let me pick up here. And while I'm cleaning up, one of the packages that I had in there was a little something special that I kind of decorated to look like a regular, ordinary box. And I want to try and tuck that into this guard station sort of furtively if I can.
Okay, now this is definitely a sleight of hand check.
This
but
is
with
definitely
advantage, because you've created this great distraction.
Okay, that's great, because I did roll a critical fucking failure on my
that's
first
bad.
roll.
That's real bad.
That is much better. That's a 17 plus 2, another 19.
Yeah, so you're able to sneak that in, and you're able to slip that package in where it won't be noticed.
Also, hiding on the back of that box now is golden snippers, who I give a little wink to. And that's it. So anyway, nice to meet you. We gotta go. There's a lot. This is a big building. We got a lot to see.
So your tour carries on, but now some time has passed. And Firbolg and Argo, you are entering the atrium. Do you have any kind of special thing planned, or are you just like going to post up in the lobby again?
I would like to say that I am wearing my janitor's uniform. It's literally just a janitor's uniform.
Of course it is, yes.
That, I think, combined with the fact that I've got the pass.
You've got the full access badge that you lifted off of Lennon.
Pass will help me to get places. But I also have a humongous trash can on wheels.
Okay.
I love, by the way, that I went through a fucking exhaustive job interview for my, employment ruse. And Dad just has a cool garbage can.
Well, Dad's better at D&D than you are.
Yeah,
I don't know
true.
what to tell you.
I put in too much effort.
Now, Dad, am I to believe from your wording that perhaps the Firbolg is inside there now?
I am not making any story or character decisions for any of my fellow players.
I'm in the trash can.
It's a Schrodinger's
He's
Firbolg.
in the trash can, yeah.
Okay. As you walk in, Bailey sees you and goes, "Oh, hey, Blofeld Johnson.
Hi.
You got a job?
Friend.
You're a janitor now?"
Yeah, I want to work here. I want to be part of the whole hog experience. The whole hog on
Well, that's
hog.
great. How convenient that you're here. My trash can actually needs emptied. And she hands you like a small under-desk trash can. It was starting to stink because there was some old yogurt in there.
I understand. I'll have to catch you next time around because this is just recyclable.
Oh, come on. As a friend, I
Oh,
I cut your hair for you. Couldn't you just please go ahead and dump it for me so I don't have to smell this stinky old yogurt anymore?
It is fine.
Yes. Let me have your trash can.
Okay, here you go. Thank you so much.
Okay, see ya. Are you okay in there, Firbolg?
I'm fine.
I tried to
slimy, but fine.
But you like yogurt, right?
This is no longer yogurt.
I'm sorry, I couldn't see any way around that. So let's go. You ready to roll? Let's roll.
Now, Fitzroy, You make your way all the way down to the archive. This is an entrance into the archive room itself. The doors seal when they close to keep it kind of environmentally controlled on the inside. They don't want any of that magical exhaust seeping into the building. So you pass by the guard there at the bottom. He is introduced to you as Bradford.
Okay, I want to just really quickly check in with Agent Snippers as sort of my eye, just to, check and see if my compatriots have started to head down yet.
Okay, we move back up with Argonaut and the Firbolg. Tell me, boys, what are you fellas up to?
I'm uncomfortable with the amount of which is now in Dad's hands because he's got his hands in a garbage can.
Yeah.
But I assume, are you headed for the ramp, Dad?
Take the garbage can!
Yeah. That's what I was figuring. I would come down the ramp.
Hollifer sees you approach the top of the ramp, and unlike Fitzroy, she clocks you immediately because last time she saw you, you were being held by the scruff of the neck by Levi, a fellow guard, and now you're dressed as a janitor.
Did you just see the janitor suit in your inventory and you planned around that instead of the fact that you would be recognized instantly by the people in the building?
Actually, I have a contingency plan.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hey there, Argo, right?
Aye, that's it.
Can I help you?
Just point me to the trash.
Oh, it's authorized personnel only.
Yeah, if you notice, I have this pass, but I also, I'm a janitor.
So, just to be clear, since yesterday, you got full access, became, and she looks at your badge, a full-fledged member of Hog, and got a job as a janitor here.
Yes, public service. I went down the wrong corridor and got rousted by that guard, but I got work release for it, by the way. 200 hours of public service.
Roll a deception check for me.
19.
That's pretty good,
plus
but
6.
I'm going to say 19 with disadvantage, though, because this is an outlandish story.
Is there anything worse than disadvantage? Is there disadvantage where you roll 4 times?
Point of order. I'm wearing literally just a janitor's uniform.
Uh-huh.
Which has in its explanation an advantage on deception checks, thereby...
Sarah from Vancouver.
I would say that advantage counteracts disadvantage. 19 plus 6, 25. Thank you.
God damn it. All right. Makes sense to me. It's a great janitor's outfit. Get on out of here.
Right here.
But I'm
Little
keeping my
name
eye
tag.
on you, sir. And you make it past, oh God, you make it past Hollifer with your janitor's uniform. From your point of view, or rather, I should say, your crab's point of view, you see Janitor Argo making his way down the ramp. He is just about to hit the mechanical eye.
Okay. I mean, he's fine.
Roll an
he's got a
Arcana
badge.
check for me.
Yeah. 12 plus 3, 15.
You know that mechanical eyes, they scan for any kind of organisms.
So what other security measures do we have to deal with to get down the process?
The most pressing one right now is the mechanical eye that is going to scan for living organisms. And you know that is going to be able to scan and see the Firbolg through the trash can. I want to make it clear, there is an area where the Firbolg could get out of the trash can, but be past Hollifer.
Let's do that, because he got me inside.
Yeah.
Let me hop out, and you keep moving, and I'll get myself down.
Okay.
So you continue on down the ramp, Argo, pushing your now much lighter trash can. You have your badge, so even though the mechanical eye swirls to you, you can see the light come on and then go green as you pass underneath it. So then you make it down to the bottom of the ramp, and Lennon also recognizes you.
Oh, fuck. You threw a rat at his face.
What? Hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I know. It's good to see you too, my friend. Those are healing up nicely.
Excuse me, this is for authorized personnel only.
Yeah, I'm authorized personnel.
What the fuck?
How do you think I got past the eye just then? How do you think I got past the other guards? I'm authorized personnel. I'm literally just a janitor, and I'm here to do my daily duties.
It's a simple janitor.
yes.
I admit I was excited about the possibility of being a janitor here. Are you just a janitor?
So wait,
I
you
made
already had the
mistakes.
job and came down here before you got your badge?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you bring that up yesterday?
I want to impress people on my own terms. I don't want them to think that
Roll
I'm
a
some
deception
kind of
check?
And that would be a 13.
Well, and then go roll again because you got advantage.
And that's 15 plus 6, which would be 21.
But I guess lead with that. And while you're cleaning up, could you keep an eye out for my badge? I can't find my badge anywhere.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it.
You make your way down past the other two guards, and then you find down there, it's Fitzroy talking with Kai. Roll a perception check for me.
11 plus 3, 14.
Okay, yeah, you see a cloud of mist behind Kai.
Is it following Kai, or is it just happen to be behind him?
It's just appeared behind Kai. And Kai says, a new janitor? They're hiring people left and right. What's your name, janitor?
Blofeld Johnson.
Hey, put him there.
As long as you're here, I might as well show you around too. Come on in. And Kai heads into the archives, and the cloud of steam follows them. And I assume you two do as well?
Yes. I mean, first order of business, I look at Blofeld, and I, as secretly as I can, whisper, "Where's the Firbolg?"
And Blofeld Johnson responds,
I have no freaking idea.
And all this while, Kai is pointing out things. Okay, so that's about it. Let's head back upstairs.
Are we in the room right now?
You are in the room.
Are there other people in here?
No, because of the big fancy party upstairs, they just took a break.
They are talking to Kai. Where are they in relation to the mech guys that we know are in this room?
The mech guys in this room, there are two on either corner opposite the ramp entrance. That cloud of gas coalesces into a fairy dragon. You see it attack the mechanical eyes.
Oh.
And Firbolg, go ahead and roll that attack for me.
That's something else, Juice.
Mm-hmm. 18.
That hits. That fairy dragon is now zipped back out of sight and out of Kai's eye line.
I'm going to go up behind Kai and use Euphoria Breath.
Okay.
Whoa. On Kai.
Explain Euphoria Breath to me.
I exhale a puff of Euphoria gas at one creature within 5 feet. The target must succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, or for 1 minute it can't take reactions and must roll a D6 at the start of its turn to determine its behavior.
You catch Kai right in the face, and then they just start kind of meandering around the room.
All right, so, I mean, we're here, and wrecking things is kind of what we do best, so let's start. Everybody, I guess, pick a locker and start hitting it.
All three of you do a stealth check for me.
Why would they want to investigate a wild little dragon attacking cameras?
Yeah. I got a 12 plus 2, 14.
I got a 17 plus 13 plus 2 because of my literally just
Give me some of his. I want some of his.
32.
I got a 9 plus 2 because I'm a little dragon.
Oh, boy. Oh, you lucky bastards. Lennon, who is on the first floor, doesn't see anything.
Lennon is going to lose his fucking job.
Well, he should. But Milo on the second floor, he saw this and he immediately makes a break for the door to the archives, as does Bradford at the bottom.
I turn to the others and say, we've reached the Uh-Oh Contingent. And I close my eyes, and there's a popping noise from upstairs as Snippers uses his precious little claw to slide open the package.
While your bomb is going to deactivate communication between guards, it's going to deactivate any kind of alarm system they have to make people aware of it upstairs. The door is still active.
After the explosion, I slip the re-anchoring stone into Fitzroy's shoe to send him hurtling up towards the stalactites. It is only at the moment that I see him lift in the air that I consider we should have had a plan for him landing.
I will die. I will now perish.
So Fitzroy is hurtling up towards the stalactites.
Cool.
What do you do, Argonaut?
Argo dashes through the door to confront Milo and Bradford. And I throw open the trash can. And I pull out my weapons.
They attack you.
Yeah, of course they
Okay,
do.
fine.
You pulled out
You face the Kraken!
Argo and Firbolg, roll initiative.
I got a 20.
Okay.
16 plus 2.
Up first is Dad. What do you do, Dad?
I'm going to pull out my belaying pin and hit Milo over the head with it. Oh!
That is a fucking 1!
Okay, yeah, no, you totally blow it. So up next is Justin.
I am going to cast a 3rd level hold person,
Oh, boy.
which lets me do 2 targets. You got to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's a fail. A 3 and a 6.
Yeah, both failures.
Both failures. Okay.
You're paralyzed for a minute.
Okay, Griffin, you're up.
We haven't really talked about my rage, whether or not that is a thing that I have access to. But we'll just do what we've been doing for spells. I'll roll for it. Hey, okay. There's a 15. Okay, I haven't raged out in a while. You hear me sort of scream in a new and exciting way as I fall upwards to my death.
We see Fitzroy hurtling towards the spiked ceilings. We cut back to a close shot of Fitzroy's eyes, and they start to crackle with lightning. And we see that he is raged out as like lightning is surrounding his hands, and he's holding on to 2 of the stalactites, like holding himself from crashing into a 3rd.
Oh,
Give me
okay.
a strength roll with advantage.
That's a crit fail, and that's an 8 plus 4, 12.
You are able to move your head. You catch the stalactite point in the shoulder. You take, it's not much, 3 points of damage. Now we hop back over to where the battle betwixt Justin and Dad and the guards is happening. Roll a stealth check for me, fellas.
I rolled a 16 plus 13. That's 29.
Griffin and Justin, too.
That's going to be a 3
Oh, boy.
plus 2.
Fitzroy?
10 plus 2, 12.
So when you land, Fitzroy, this successfully gets Lennon's attention.
Yeah, I'm fucking eye level with Lennon.
Yeah,
right
basically
now, like,
Lennon turns and like you basically make eye contact, and he looks down and he can see through the glass all the way down. Milo and Bradford also like stop, and he takes off down the ramp.
Okay.
Dad, it is Argo's turn.
Argo's going to steal the weapons off Milo and Bradford.
You're up, Firbolg.
I am going to glue their boots together.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Some real Judge Reinhold shit.
Finally getting deep into pranks.
Roll to see how well the glue sticks.
Sorry, I need to roll a, what is it, D6 for that?
Yeah, I mean,
That's a 1.
it falls apart immediately.
Hey, good try, good glue, good friends, no harm done.
Okay, up next are Milo and Bradford. Bradford is free of the hold person spell, and he is going to take a swing at you, like a punch. 17 versus AC,
Yeah, that's going to hit.
6 points of damage.
Oof.
Up next is Fitzroy
I might just smash some stalactites. That is a 19.
versus the stalactites AC. Yes, so that hit. Make a strength check for me.
Okay, that's a crit.
You clobber a group of the stalactites with your maul. A group of them, about 4, fall. The biggest one lands point down on top of one of these cabinets, and the whole thing just splits wide open. And there is just an absolute explosion of paperwork.
Can I still take a move action?
Yes, you can.
I kick off the boot that has the upside down rocket in it.
And you begin to fall. And so up next is the Firbolg.
I'm gonna punch the guy that punched me.
Okay, take a swing at Bradford.
This is the way. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
I don't think I roll for damage. It just says 3 on here.
Okay. Yeah, you pop him right in the nose. So now both of your noses hurt. Milo now shakes off the hold person as well, and he pulls a knife from his boot, takes a swipe at you, Argonaut. Does a 17 beat your AC?
Yes.
He slices you with that knife for 8 points of damage. Up next is the falling Fitzroy.
Well, I got no stalactites to catch myself on this time, which is unfortunate.
I mean, it's not much. It's 8 points of damage.
I just fell 40 feet, and I took 8 points of damage.
There's a foot of paper on the ground, so there was some padding there.
Okay. I'm going to use a bonus action to usher Kai away from the file cabinets in the center of the room.
You guide Kai over to the doors, and Lennon is up, and Lennon is just going to take a running charge at you, Argonaut. So make a dexterity saving throw.
12 plus 9, that's a 21.
Yeah, so Lennon comes charging at you, ready to tackle you to the ground. And at the last moment, you throw yourself to the side, and they go charging past, and you are still on your feet, and you are up.
Don't I have something like dual wield?
Yes,
right?
yes, you do.
Use 2 weapons at once? Okay, I'm going to use the 2 stun batons, one on Lennon on the ground and one on Milo standing in front of me.
Roll against Lennon first.
Okay, that's a 15 plus 5.
With that 20, you definitely make impact with that stun baton. Lennon takes some damage, but he is able to maintain consciousness. So, but it does hurt him for... Let's say that the stun baton is a D6 plus 1.
I got 1 plus 1, that's 2.
And now roll again against Milo.
Oh, a nat 20.
Oh, boy.
Ooh,
okay, yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
You get Milo square in the solar plexus with the point of the stun baton, and he goes down. So up next is the Firbolg.
I feel like we're even now with the punching, so I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
A wisdom saving roll?
Just a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 10. He's charmed.
The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
Oh, hey, Firbolg. Can I help you with anything?
Yes, you hit me and I punched you.
Oh, my goodness.
This
Is there anything I can do to fix this? I'm so sorry.
you fight Lennon.
Okay.
He's turned on us 4 pals.
Okay, I'll kill him for you.
No, this is not. This is too much.
So Bradford is going to run over and tackle Lennon very successfully. He is going to hold him down and magical twist tie, his wrists together.
Are we out of combat? That's everybody, right?
I mean, yeah, at this point, I guess as long as Bradford's charmed.
Now, friends, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
So Milo is stunned on the ground. Lennon is bound. We are out of initiative. So now we're at Fitzroy back in the archives.
Are the archives not dealt with at this point? Like, have we not?
I mean,
No,
I've taken
we've
up
only
a chunk of,
opened one.
I destroyed one with a falling stalactite, and I've sort of damaged the exhaust system a bit, but that ain't going to be enough. I'm going to go to one kind of closer to the outskirts, and I'm going to cast Enlarge Reduce on it, and I'm going to reduce its size.
Okay.
Got it. 18.
When you cast this spell, roll a d20 for me,
Okay.
and just let me know if the number is odd or even.
Fuck. It is odd.
Okay, you cast this spell, and it begins shaking violently, and you have limited time.
Okay, boys, get in here. We're leaving. But I try to open a different one of the cabinets to see if it's locked or not.
Yeah, these are sealed.
Okay, I go to a cabinet close to the center of the room. Argo, can you pop this quick? Because I'm pretty sure I just made a bomb.
16 plus 9.
Oh, yeah,
25.
this is a simple lock. It takes you half a second to pop it open.
So real quick, I had an idea. You know, my dad worked in cargo and worked with sort of compression magic from time to time. And there was a very important rule that they warned you about, like first day, like rule number 1, don't do this thing. And I think we should do it. I don't know what's going to happen to us. Thumbs up then?
Go.
Oh, hell yeah. Thumbs up.
Okay, put it in the hoop like jam. And I put the smaller file cabinet into the open drawer of the larger file cabinet.
You have created a bit of an Ouroboros of compression. There is an audible whine.
I reach into my bag and pull out the navigational yarn, and I whisper to it, "We are leaving."
The navigational yarn leads you over to the doors. You can follow the string the right way to go.
But that is not toward the escape hatch.
Towards the escape hatch.
Correct.
Okay.
So the three of you begin sprinting for that ceiling door. It opens as you approach, and all three of you do that super cool dive that you might expect from an action movie as the doors seal behind you. And suddenly, we can't see through the plexiglass anymore because it is covered. The whole room is full, top to bottom, compressed with tiny flecks of paper. So you find yourself now safely. You've made it. You destroyed those records.
I gotta imagine people saw that, right?
Well, so still at this point, I mean, Lennon, Bradford, Milo, they were the only ones with eyes on here, and your party popper disabled the cameras. You can probably assume that people upstairs heard a noise and are getting fairly suspicious, but there was nobody that had eyes on what was going on.
Okay.
All three of you roll a perception check.
Perception? 5 plus 8, 13.
I got a 19 total.
2.
Okay,
Not
great.
good.
So you, Fitzroy, you hear footsteps coming down the ramp. You turn in time to see the Commodore coming, and he says, oh come on, boys, we got to get you out of here. People are going to be coming down here pretty soon to investigate. Come on, we got to go.
I think we can find our own way out, right, fellas?
And he starts to walk up the stairs, or up the ramp, gesturing for you to follow him.
I think it is our best option.
Okay.
All right, but we keep an eye on him, because I don't know if I brought this up before, but he's not the most trustworthy fella.
Yeah.
You make your way to the top of the ramp, and he says, oh, smooth as silk. All right, boys, now I'm going to need you to wait here. And I need all three of you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
15.
8, a -1. Okay. 7.
19 plus 4.
Argo and Fitzroy.
That's 23.
Yes. Suddenly your muscles lock up and you are held in place. Now, Firbolg, you have stayed in control of your own body, and the Commodore turns around and says, you did a great job of causing this chaos. It's truly wonderful to see, but here's the problem, you see. It's not the plan. And so we need to ensure that you're out of the way until we can do what we need to do to put the real plan in place. You understand? You see, boys, I'm under new management. And you see his eyes go all white. And you have seen this in real life now and in your dreams. These are the eyes of order and chaos. So the three of you are going to stay here, and I'm going to go get the guards. I'll tell them I caught you, and I'll be an even bigger hero than I was.
I have a thought. Maybe you should mind your business.
And I smashed the jar of bees on his head.
Okay, make an attack roll with bees?
While me and fucking Argo are paralyzed right next to him, you smash a jar of bees, and we're probably thinking, cool.
Are you trying to surprise him with the bee? You're
It's
trying to
gotta be,
surprise
hey,
him, right?
Trev, I don't think any action I take with this jar of bees vis-a-vis smashing it on his cabeza is not going to surprise him.
Do a dexterity check.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker, yes!
You smash it on his head, and he begins to panic. And in his panic, he does not see the person step up behind him and clobber him now that he's distracted. And he goes down like a ton of bricks, and Hieronymus Wiggenstaff steps into the light.
Are we still paralyzed?
Make another wisdom saving throw with advantage now that he is knocked out, now that he is out cold.
16?
You are free.
I rolled 11 and a 12.
You are still locked up. And Hieronymus says, This is so weird to say, but Gray sent me. Firbolg, can you carry Argo?
I believe so. Now I put him on my shoulders like a toddler.
Okay.
Is he, is the Commodore unconscious?
Yes, correct.
Wait, Firbolg, can I borrow that mask?
Of course. I toss the mask.
I put it over the Commodore's head and make him look like me.
Ooh.
And I, before leaving, glue the mask to his head.
Okay,
Oh,
roll.
God.
Come on, glue. I
Come
need
on,
you now,
glue.
glue. Come on, that's a 2.
Wait, I can boost it a little bit. I have a thing. Bend luck.
Okay, go for it.
2. Okay, so 4 hours.
4 hours. Right. So Hieronymus just says, we need to move quickly. Things are starting to get a little weird upstairs. Upon exiting the ramp, what you first see is Bradford, still charmed, talking to Hollifer, and Hollifer saying, okay, wait, hold on. What's happening? And Hieronymus gives you the, let's just go towards the exit. And as soon as Althea sees you, without asking any questions, she is catching up with you and walking with you. So you make your way outside, and Hieronymus is explaining to you, okay, we need to get into the alley over here so that Gordy can call us back. Shit is going down at the school, guys, and we need to get back as soon as we can.
What's happening at the school?
I think it'll probably be easier to show you. And he writes in his book of far speech, and the green fire that has teleported you before surrounds you, and you find yourself back at the school grounds, and it is not at all how you left it. First, you are standing next to the Lich King Gordy amongst an army of skeletons.
Okay.
Second, the school is surrounded by a web of magical protection. Just inside the web, you see animal skeletons of all kinds patrolling the perimeter, and you spot Rainier keeping a watchful eye from the school's entryway. However, none of that is what is most notable. Between you and the school stands an absolute army of demons of all shapes and sizes, and each and every one of them sports a pair of all-white eyes. Also of note, they're not preparing to get into the school. They're positioned to keep you out. Their ranks extend so that they are not only blocking the school, but also the place where you know Order is opening the portal. And even with Gordy's skeletal army, you are outmatched. Fitzroy, a hawk lands and perches at your wrist. It is Leon. He crooks his head at you in greeting.
Oh, I haven't fed you in forever. Are you doing worms and stuff? Are you okay?
But you look up and see that a lone figure on horseback has been following him. And this lone figure sees Althea and says, yes, excuse me, are you Althea Song? She says, yes? He says, good. We got your call for assistance. I believe you said that Sir Fitzroy Maplecourt, knight in absentia of the realm of Goodcastle, needed help, and so we came. The rest of our forces should arrive any day now.
Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, in my excitement, I've forgotten to introduce myself. My name is Sir Reginald Thistlewhip, knight and advanced scout for the army of the realm of Goodcastle, at your service.